Hi, welcome. How is everyone this morning? Oh my goodness, I feel like I haven't been here in a while. I haven't done a live in a few days. I did do a video yesterday with two other hosts, Dr. Marsha and Ben, and it was posted on my YouTube channel as well, 5D chat. And so it's been a long week. I don't know how anyone else is feeling. I know there's a lot of energies coming onto the earth. Oh, as soon as I hear that the landscaper is done outside, I'm going to open the window. I need the fresh air. So, everyone, welcome to Living in the Light. I'm Mary Amy. I'm all about shifting away darkness, guiding you to your truest potential, your destiny, and cracking open that beautiful glowing light in your heart. What was your first intention this morning, or your first thought, I should say? What did you see before you? Did you have any thoughts? And what were they? Were you like, oh, I don't want to get up out of bed, or it's going to be a lousy day, or oh, I'm so excited for today? What was it? I'm going to write in the chat right here. I hope anyone who's joining us, please write in the chat. Please write in the chat because, and I don't know, I know that everyone that came aboard yesterday, who was with me during the 5D chat, I appreciate that. And so I'm back today, and I'm going to be back. I might change my schedule up. I'm going to let you know. It might be at nighttime. I'm not quite sure right now. But anyone who's joining us, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. So today, we're going to cover topics like break free from the matrix, the Grand Solar Flash event, and spiritual power. So it is October 27th, Thursday in the Matrix work week. And how's it going for you so far? Well, I would like to share with you that I've been having these dreams. And for a while, I explained to you for a while I was having dreams with, dark forces and psychic attacks and I guess you could say black hats and demons. And now I seem to have this thing that seems to be coming in all of my dreams. Like last night, it was there again. I think it's the third or fourth time that this thing was in my dream. I don't know if you're having any kind of strange monsters visiting your dreams. Well, this thing seems to be showing up all the time. And usually my puppy dog, Elsa, who's here with us right now, she's back here on the couch. She always likes to join us. She wants to be a co-host. It seems to be with her. And so what this thing is, it's like, sometimes it takes the form of, it looks like a long Dotson. Hey, Shelly, thanks for joining us. Shelly from Utah, of course. Thanks. Hi. And so this thing in my dreams, it like keeps showing up, and it tries to bite me, or it chases me, and it always has this gigantic mouth with all these sharp teeth, like there's teeth on the top and teeth on the bottom, and it looks like one of those eels that comes underwater. Its face does, that has this big mouth. And so this thing's always chasing me. And last night I was at my old neighborhood from when I was a child, and I was at my best friend's basement, which is where there was a playroom, and this thing was living down there, but my puppy dog Elsa was in the dream, and it kept trying to bite me. And so it did bite me the other day, the other evening I was sleeping, but it didn't hurt. Now, am I scared? I think I was so tired last night that I really couldn't even fight it off. And when I say fight it off, I don't mean I'm physically attacking it. I'm sending it love and light. That's how I fight things off. My battle is through love and light. And, it's a spiritual war. And so I have to tell you, I don't know if you're having any strange dreams lately, because, there are demons. Oh, it sounds like he's gone. I'm going to open the window. So there are these demons and these negative forces that are trying to come at us while we're sleeping. And, those are psychic attacks. So I always say, I recommend that we should go to sleep with love, love, love in your heart. However, last night I didn't, because I was so tired. So I don't know if you're having any dreams. I think it's very important that we acknowledge our dreams because they're signs and messages. Now, every single night, this is the third or fourth night, I want to say, I have to look in my dream journal, that this thing has visited me. However, there's all these, situations that are going on, and it keeps coming in. It's usually at the end of the dream. If anyone can kind of give me any advice about this, any kind of, you know, suggestions on how to or what this thing is. I don't know what it is. It's maybe it represents evil and my puppy dog represents good. That could be it. And they're battling each other. I don't know. That's just came into my mind. So much has been going on with me with my intuitive skill set in the last few days. And it's because of everything we're doing here. And I have to tell you, I've suggested that we kind of, we pull everything together, right? We have the best intention, and then we go into a quiet meditative state of stillness, and then we listen beyond the walls of the room with our ears, and then we did all our senses. Since that day, I've been receiving information constantly, premonitions. I'll close my eyes, and without even trying to receive some kind of impression, I'm receiving impressions. I don't know if you are as well. So I had a psychic attack when I was awake. I was upset, but then I cleared my energy. I felt better. Yes. Yes. When you were awake, you had a psychic attack. So was that with another being, or was that from another source, and it just dropped into your system? What do you mean a psychic attack when you were awake? It's not scaring me. This monster thing is not scaring me. However, it's a little annoying. I'm not scared by it. I'm curious by it. And I'm thinking, flick it off, like it's a fly. I'm going to flick off this thing. And I don't know, I've been going through this major transformation in my personal life, with what I'm doing. Like I've shared with you, living in the matrix, you must have money. And so I'm going to be taking this job during the day. And, I haven't been really working with that many clients lately. So it's time for me to work full time because, it's all about time in the matrix. It's all about making money and paying taxes, blah, blah, blah. Anyone who's joining us, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. How are you today? I'm Mary Amy. And so today we're going to cover Break Free from the Matrix. Whoa, we're going to break free. The Grand Solar Flash, the event that is coming to a theater near you. Spiritual power. Of course, we're going to cover psychic phenomenon, and we're going to, touch on angels. And so, breaking free from the matrix. Oh, I was loaded with dread, and I felt so worthlessness that I wasn't good enough. Oh, why are you saying that? You have to be, Shelly, that's horrible. Oh, you mean it sent that to you, or you felt that way? I was loaded with dread, and I felt so, that almost makes me cry. I'm so sad to hear that. Oh, I'm so sad to hear that. Well, you know what? We kind of go through rough patches. I mean, I've had some rough patches in the last 2 weeks or week, I should say. And when it was at its worst, when I felt my worst, I kind of kept trying to battle it. I was fighting it. I was like, no, I'm going to feel better. No. I kept coming up against it. It was like I was hitting a wall. And then finally, what I've done in the past, I remembered. I said, oh, Eureka, I remember what I do. I just said, oh, you know what? I'm just going to sit in this feeling. I'm going to sit in this feeling. I'm going to own this feeling. I'm going to let it just come on all over me and see what it is exactly. Because sometimes we can't see what it is when we're battling it, or when we're just hitting a wall and we're saying, no, I'm not going to feel that. I'm not going to feel that. So hi, Joe Hollywood. Thanks for joining us. You're coming from Boulder, Colorado. So Shelly from Utah, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, thank you Joe, I think Shelley also was there yesterday. Thanks for joining us on 5D chat yesterday with Dr. Marcia and Ben. And I can't really see the chat during it until I come out of it, because it's just, we're in a conversation, so it's a little distracting. But I want to say thanks for joining us. So breaking free from the matrix. It's time, isn't it? It's time to break free. And we are, and it's really happening. And I can tell you that I can sense that the energies have lifted. A lot of the dark forces have lifted. And, maybe my dreams are just the last remainder, I guess, fight or battle for negative forces, because they can't catch me, though. They're always chasing me. They're never chasing. They're never catching me. One time it bit me, this monster thing with the big mouth. So we are all going to break free from the matrix. Now, some of us have already done that. And I sense that anyone who's here with us, obviously you're awakened, so you also have broken free from the matrix. And it's not easy, because we've been programmed. We've had mind control. We have been kind of possessed. Our energy has been owned by others. And, it was kind of simple if you think about how it all happened. We're born, and then immediately, we're placed into these, programming, the program of everything that you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to live and who you're supposed to be and, what you're supposed to do with your emotions. And so we don't really have the skill set to kind of overcome that or understand that, because that's all we ever knew. It's like you're in a relationship with this physical reality, and the only relationship you've ever had is one that you're owned. You're basically told how it's supposed to go. But the good news is we've all awakened. Anyone who's joining us here. Now, everyone's going to become awakened. Maybe not at this very moment like we are, but it will happen really soon, because everything is shifting. And the dark forces and the evil and the wicked are really, really putting their foot to trip us. They're putting their foot out to trip us constantly, but they're signs of what it really is. Are they clones? Is it AI? Is it just the elite cabal that is all about money and domination and power? Whatever it is, I'm just going to clump it all together, all the negative energies, everything that's bad. I say that it's bad stuff because it's causing suffering and harm, and it has. We haven't been living on heaven on earth here. We haven't been free to speak our minds or do whatever we want, live in nature, have just moments of peace. It's always rush, time. It's all about time. And what's happening? We're just paying out whatever we do as work. We end up paying it to someone else. We have to pay to live. We have to pay for our clothes. It's not really something that we should have to do. Who owns this earth? We do. No, we don't. Nature owns this earth. So no one really owns it. So why are we having to pay for it? I don't know exactly. But this breaking free from the matrix, it's going to suddenly stop. Everything related to the matrix is going to stop dead in its tracks. We're going to get onto the solar flash. Now, as you break free from the matrix, it's pretty exciting because you're going to escape. You're going to escape completely. We've been speaking of the third dimension, and it's really what it is it's a term used to represent the consciousness and the mindset of those that live in the linear world. And the linear world is really a place of control. It's a place of greed. It's a place of these structures and these systems that are keeping us enslaved. And so we are breaking free. If you have not already broken free completely, physically you can obviously break free, but it's more like it's being mentally imprisoned, because, it's actually pretty scary if you think about it. Not having your memory, not waking up from this nightmare that we've been living in. And it is a nightmare. It's not just sleep during our sleeping state that we've had nightmares. We've had nightmares in our waking life, because we really should come out of our homes and love one another. We shouldn't be knocking each other down. We shouldn't be violent, committing crimes, hate, anger. And why is that? Why is that? Why are people having those low vibrational emotions? It's because they've been compressed, because they've suffered, because their heart is hurt from the time that they're little, by the time they're, from the time that they were born. And so they're lashing out. That's what it is. So it's lashing out. And then the powers above us that have been controlling us, those that are in power, those leaders, like I say, the elite cabal, and they're pulling all the strings. They're making all the rules. They're making all the laws. And we are conforming and following them. And so that's kind of our fault, isn't it? It's humanity's fault that they've been following this, because who made them in charge? We shouldn't have to follow other people's rules or laws that are going to harm us. I mean, there's a lot of harm going on right now. If you look around at what's going on, there's like heart attacks. There's people just constantly passing away suddenly. That term, suddenly. And that seems to be the name of the illness. It's called suddenly died. That's the name of the illness, suddenly died. And I'm a little concerned, and I've spoken about who's going to be the survivors of 2022. We still have a few months left. I'm not bringing fear. I'm just giving suggestions to become a little bit more aware of what's going on out there. So you must flee from the matrix. You must get out now. You must awaken now, because you're going to have to eventually, when everything becomes apparent, it's going to be a little bit shocking, and some aren't going to be able to handle it. So I don't know if they're going to go into the dumpster with the matrix, where they're going to go. They say that some of them just won't make it. Now we have to get the personal power from within us, and we have to bring it up out of us. And we have to trust ourselves, have discernment with our choices. Every decision matters. We must follow our intuition. We all have clear senses. So let's let go of the past, right? We gave to remember how powerful. Yes, we are so powerful. You know what? I think, when I start to say some of these things, I know there's those out there that might say, come on, Mary, seriously? But we really are supposed to live hundreds of years. But when we're born and we're put into these systems, we are given medical treatment from the time we're born that causes harm. Maybe it instills illnesses in us. Things are shooting out into our atmosphere, the foods that we eat. If you go through the grocery store, the supermarket, you walk down the aisles, there is just walls full of GMO junk, stuff that isn't good for you. And I'm not kidding. What is in there? You don't even know. And there's chemicals, and it's harmful. I'll read the chat in 1 second. It's very harmful and dangerous to us. And then you have all of that. And then you have the way we're treated. Our emotions and our feelings and our beliefs are not respected. Do you feel that you're not respected? And then you are taught, because you want to be liked, oh, I won't be liked if I don't conform. I better follow everybody else because people won't like me. And then what are they going to do? They're going to attack me. Maybe they're going to attack me on social media. Maybe they're going to point their finger at me. Oh, come on. Grow up. Come on. Seriously? Seriously? Put on your big girl pants, your big boy pants. Grow up. Be yourself. Own it. Own who you are. Who are you? Come on, let's find it. Dig deep, dig deep. you have freedom. Freedoms, you can climb out of the matrix. You can wake up. You can wake up. So you're going to let go of the past. You're going to just let it go. Like I say, that big sack of attachments that's putting life into you, or you're putting life into, you're putting life into that sack of attachments, those belief systems. You're like, it's constantly telling you, like, where are your thoughts coming from? Are they your own? Or is it stuff that you're being programmed? Subliminal programming. Now, it comes through the television, it comes through the newspaper, it comes through the news media, and it comes through some of our community. You know, when you take up, wherever you're working, it's like, you're a robot. Maybe you're a clone. You're like, whoa, I'm going to follow everybody else. I want to be liked. I want to be liked. What if I'm not liked? What if you're not liked? What if you're not liked? Oh, well, grow up, big girl pants on, put them on. So you're going to acknowledge your purpose. Who are you? Do you know who you are? How are you going to find out who you are? You're not going to find out who you are by following the masses. You're going to find out who you are by having self-realization. You're going to tune into yourself. All the answers are within. Maybe you're going to do a meditation. You're going to do a deep breathing meditation. You're going to have patience because it's not going to be something you're going to uncover in 1 second. There's little steps. If you want to kind of figure it out, if you want to say, oh, I'm going to quiet my mind for a minute and I'm going to come up with 5 humongous goals. 5, that's going to tell you a lot about who you are, your 5 humongous goals. And so you're going to find your purpose because we all have a purpose and a mission that's going to take us to our destiny. And so can you see your destiny? And do you know exactly what you want? Because if you don't, no one else is going to tell you. Everything's inside of you. If you want to have personal happiness and serenity, it comes from within. We have to clear away everything inside of us. That's what I say to you. Crack open that beautiful glowing light in your heart. And I say, tune into your heart every day and see how you're feeling. Because if you don't know your own emotions and feelings and who you are, no one else is going to. You can sit down and talk to someone for hours and hours. You can figure it out yourself. You don't need to go to someone else. So we're going to acknowledge our purpose and what we want. And we are going to realize that our 5 humongous goals are going to bring us to our destiny. You're going to know the what, why, who, when, and where. Where are you going? Do the 5 W's, right? About what you want, about your destiny. Why do you want to go there? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Who, what, where, why, and when. Okay? So those 5. So you're going to have 5 humongous goals to kind of create your destiny. And then when you know what your destiny is, you're going to talk about the 5 W's within yourself. Because then it's going to clarify a lot. Let's see. I recently watched the movie Tomorrowland, wonderful movie, A Fight Against Negative Timeline. Thanks for sharing that, Joe. Yes, Tomorrowland. The great dreamers and minds used another dimension to create an ideal utopia of good things. Good morning. Hi, Alexandra Morel. Welcome. Alexandra Morel from New York. So we have Shelly. Anyone who's joining us, please like the video. I'm really tangling my words today because I'm thinking so fast. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you so deem. So today we're covering topics like break free from the matrix. Are you climbing out? Are you waking up? Are you going to think your way out of it? It's a mindset. Like I said, the linear world, the physical world is just a mindset. What is your mindset? Is your mindset free? Do you realize that there's another reality, that you don't have to live in the matrix? So you've been a prisoner. Hello. So we must choose to break loose. Now I'm kind of getting a little intense about this. Can you sense that? Why? Because I want good things for you. I'm getting intense. It's coming out every day a little bit more. And so just bear with me. I'm getting a little emotional even because I want good things for you. I'm hoping that you come out of this because I don't want any more harm. Let's all live for hundreds of years. So you're going to escape from the hold that you've had. Okay? And the control of the standards, the rules, the laws of conformity. You're going to break free from conformity. Up, he's back. and you know, conformity is really a way of controlling because you just want to be liked. Like, oh, well, I want to wear what everyone else is wearing and do what everyone else is doing because I'm liked. And, you know, that's actually taking advantage of, you know, our self-criticism and our self-esteem and our self-worth, because then we feel as though if people don't like us, then we're not worthy. You're worthy now. It doesn't matter what you look like, what you have, and what job you're doing. You are worthy now. You are lovable. You are a beautiful being of light. You are a multi-dimensional being of light. And do you know how highly advanced you are? And I'm going to close the window, and I'm so sorry. I'm getting up again. But we'll just close it. Well, not all the way. How about that? And so everyone listen. Hi, Ben. Ben, have you been here before? Do I even have you down? Where are you coming from, Ben? We have someone new. Ben, hi, I'm Mary, and I'm in New York, and this is Living in the Light, and I'm all about shifting away darkness to avoid aging in Tomorrowland. Okay, so I'm not interesting. I don't know if that was a glitch. Am I still here? Because it just said bad connection. You know, that's why I don't put what my topics are until this morning, because then they mess with my connection. Now, go figure, who am I? I'm just little Mary Amy in New York. Okay, so we're going to stop caring what other people think, and the views they have of you. That's a pattern of control, and that's part of what's called laws of thought. We must have freedom of the individual. Ideas become enforced and there's no longer a choice. Okay, so laws of thought is basically there's no freedom of being an individual. Are you an individual? Oh, you were guided to my channel? Thanks for joining us. Yay, thank you. I hope you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. So Ben, you know, today we're covering Break Free from the Matrix. So this arrangement of systems, this 3D world, linear world, that we've been entrapped mentally to produce our energy. You know, because basically what is enslavement really? If you imagine it, you know, I imagine, you know, there's a bunch of beings. I call us beings. I don't call us people. I call us beings of light. So there's a bunch of beings, and then how can we get them to work for us? How can we use them? And that's really all we've been doing, right? Because that's how even those in power need us, because they need us to work for them. Because we produce, you know, we build things, we create things, and we are a system, we are a way of getting things done for them. So just be aware that you're being used in the Matrix, used. You are a prisoner, you've been enslaved, and I know anyone who's here today, it's a system, Buster, it's a system that is an illusion. So it's really an illusion. It's a complex simulation with beings living their life when actually it's an illusion of mind control, brainwashing, and programming. So we've kind of covered the gamut with that. Anyone who wants to give any input, you know, you're going to break free. We're breaking free. We're going to suddenly stop the attachment. This attachment, we're going to leave it on the side of the road, all these belief systems. You know, that's kind of a confusing thing for me to tell you, though, isn't it? Hey, Garrett, thanks for joining us. I hope you liked the video. We're being used and it's not even our own life. Exactly. Maybe it's a hologram. You know, I know that some of what we've seen are holograms, and, you know, our perception and our perspective is what's kind of taking us down the road in this matrix. And it's repetition. You know, you hear something over and over again, and then you start to say, oh, you know what? I'll be just complacent. I'll just go along with it. What's the big deal? What's the big deal? Well, it is a big deal because then, we spoke of chain of events. It's a chain of event. So here's an event, you say, what's a big deal? And then the next thing, and then you keep saying that, and it's going to turn a domino effect into basically we have no freedom. And so we really haven't had any freedom. Now, I sense that what's coming next is the grand solar flash. And I have had dreams about this. And, I touch on it from time to time. And, it's the next step. There's more and more of us that are becoming awakened to this mind control and this way of living. And so it's going to be a little scary initially for us to readjust ourselves. And we're going to have a plan of what we want to do in this new reality that is coming, because the mind control is leaving and the linear world is leaving and the systems are crashing. And you can kind of see it with these glitches. You see these celebrities. I was watching some videos. I don't know if anyone saw on the social media, on the Twitter. I'm on Twitter, and they look like these celebrities are glitching, and like they, their facial features are stopping. They're breaking down. Are they clones? Are they robots? I don't know. Is this transhumanism? Is this stuff that they're putting inside of us? I mean, they've spoken about microchips, let's you want some ID? We'll put a little microchip in your arm. Like, no. I'm organic. I'm going to stay organic. I'm not putting mind chips in. I'm not putting brain chips in. I'm not interested in any of that. And why do they want to do that? We're great as is. You know why they want to do that? It's because they want to harvest our energy more. They're fearful because we're breaking free. We've broken free from the matrix and they're scared. Yet MX Ultra is going down because they are clones. Yeah, they're breaking down. And there's not a lot of explanations, because there we go into the heinous acts of the wicked. I can't even wrap my brain around what's really been going on, because we've been just like coming out of our house in the morning. Remember in the 1950s, you watch all those black and white television shows and they're like, honey, what would you like for breakfast? Honey, oh, I'll have some eggs over easy and some pancakes, a stack of pancakes. And oh, honey, you look so pretty in your morning wear, your house dress. And oh, kids are going to school. And it was like that. And then they carry their briefcase out. And that's where we've been coming from for a long time. We're just minding our own business, because all we've been having is rush, 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 task, crisis. And unbeknownst to us, there's been criminal activity going on. There's been suffering. There's been crimes committed behind closed doors. There's been an underbelly of poop. Lots of poop down there. And now we're all starting to realize, you can see it. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, am I? I think I'm a truth seeker. I'm all about finding the truth. Like I said, when I was a little girl, when I was in high school, my literature teacher said, what's your favorite book to read? And I said mysteries, because I wanted to find out the truth. So are you going to find out the truth? Poop, LOL, yeah. So there are those out there committing crimes, lots of naughty stuff. It's worse than naughty. It's criminal activity. Be aware. Truth, the original religion. So the grand solar flash. Now I bring up the sunrise. I bring up, looking through the window. I see in my dreams with, I'm going to open the window again. It's a beautiful day here in New York. It's 70 degrees out. No, it's not 70 yet, but I think it's going to go up to 70. Maybe I'll make a trip to the boardwalk and lay on a bench, because that's what I like to do, and just get sun. We should all get sun today. So the grand solar flash, the event, it's an event that is coming. Yes, it is, to a home near you. So what exactly is that going to be? It's going to be a powerful burst of energy that is unleashed onto the earth. This is going to be God's bringing this to us. God, yes, God. God is bringing us. The universe will bring us the solar flash. Why? Because the sun is really sick and tired, as well as the earth. New Earth Gaia is sick and tired of the evil that's on this earth. It's going to be flattened. Anything that isn't in the dumpster is going to be flattened. Do you see my passion today? I have lots of passion today. I'm just sick and tired of it all. The sun is going to undergo mass coronal injections. And the start of the golden age has begun. Yay! Hooray! We ready for the golden age? Are we ready? Are we ready to come out of our homes and hug each other? There's going to be no divide anymore. It's not going to be like, and nothing related to what culture you are, what type of species you are. Everyone's going to just love one another. And that's it. When the grand solar flash is going to be awakened, we're all going to awaken and we're going to get our memory back. All the light codes are going to open up. Your DNA blueprint is going to come online. You don't need brain chips or wrist chips or transhumanism. You are perfect as is. You're a being of light. You're a multidimensional being of light. So all the light is going to come on the earth and all the evil is going to leave because you're not going to help but see it. So evil is going to be like, ah, and it's going to run away. It's going to be like I said in the Wizard of Oz when they throw the water on the Wicked Witch and she goes, I'm shrinking. Ah, that's what's going to happen to evil. Gone. So the start of the golden age has begun. And that's why I'm here. This is why I'm here. Did you know that's why I came on board? I was driven to do this since I was a girl. It was like, I always knew that I was supposed to be doing something extra out of the ordinary. And so that's why I'm here. I'm here. It's my mission to share with you all of this truth. So humanity will ascend. And it's not to another location. We're ascending to a new consciousness, a new mindset, to the new Earth Gaia. Anyone who's joining us, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. So let's see. Truth, the original religion, Joe Hollywood. Many people don't have souls because the alien race that's in charge of sending souls to this planet was attacked for a while, but they are back in full force so that the soul situation will get better now. 2/3 will be removed. Okay, Joe Hollywood, thanks for that. Ben says 2/3 will be removed. It's a heart-centered community that is beginning to fruition. Yes. Well, you know what? Exactly. Because you can't, do you sense it? That's where the glitches are coming in. These celebrities that are having glitches, the timeline is having glitches and evil is having glitches. It's glitching. And that's why it's not really super dark forces that are, evil beings that are attacking me anymore. It's just like this very kind of monster-esque like creature that's chasing me. It's chasing me, but it never catches me. Like I said, one time it grabbed onto me, but it didn't hurt. So that's what's going to happen now. And it's just going to be beautiful light coming onto the earth. And we are all joining together. And I'm really grateful for this community that I have with you. And I hope you continue to follow me and join with us because, the more we band together, we're a band of rebels, not the rebels that create havoc out there, the rebels that believe there's another reality. So it's a beautiful world. So this Earth Alliance, now they called it the Galactic Federation for a long time. And so then there was like kind of this information that came out and I said, what's this now? And then, there were those out there that truth seekers like I am. And then they were kind of putting each other down and saying, you're a hoax kind of, you're not real. And you're a false light, a false spiritual being, those out there, excuse me, that were speaking truth. And so they were kind of putting each other down. So it was the Galactic Federation for a while. And now I'm hearing it's called the Earth Alliance. And so the Earth Alliance seems to me a organization. I'm going to loosely say that because I don't know what that means exactly, the Earth Alliance, except that it is an organization or beings like us that are coming together that are sharing information. And, I don't believe that there's a prophet out there. I mean, there's Jesus and there's God. And to me, because that's where I come from. And there's the universe. But there's like a being like us. I don't think there's a prophet or a leader that we should put all our hope in. We should come from personal power. And I'm going to speak of our spiritual power. And so this Earth Alliance, right, has explained that the solar flash will direct solar flares from the sun, a blinding white light. So what should we expect from the solar flash? I sense that before the end of 2022, I sense this. Maybe early 2023, but I sense it's coming pretty quickly because everything seems to be changing rapidly. Now, there's more than 10% that are awakened of the matrix and awakened that this is a simulation, that this is a place of mind control. So I wonder how soon, the solar flash will be. However, it seems like it's almost going to come to a head where it has to happen because evil is so desperate to take us out, to depopulate us. And the solar flash will be a white blinding light that will cover the earth. And so you will have to see the truth and you will awaken and all of your DNA. So, we've spoken today about how we are highly advanced and we are powerful beings and our systems were shut down. So, I say we were imprisoned. And when we were in prison, our mind has been in prison. So we really haven't, we've kind of been living, it's in these four walls, right? And we haven't really had a chance to kind of branch out, like looking over. Are you looking over the wall of the matrix and to freedom? So when you become a free thinker, when you become a truth seeker, a conspiracy theorist, you start to realize, and every day it gets better. Like for me, everything's coming more and more apparent to me of who I am. And you get your memory back about the past civilizations, your past incarnations, other star systems, multiverses, and all of this is really truth. I want to share with you before I read more comments that I had this light code that came through. And I was I shared with you Monday, I think it was, Monday or Tuesday, I had a really bad day. I was grasping for air. I was in a death grip because I was trying to survive mentally and emotionally. And all of a sudden, I got to the other side of it. And so my ears were ringing. I don't know if you've had your ears ringing. As you ascend and you come out of the matrix, you will receive these symptoms. And it sounds like a little far-fetched, like, come on, you're really what does that even mean? You're going to have symptoms. And your ears are going to ring. And as time has gone on in the last year, the ringing sound has changed. It gets to a higher pitch. And one of the hosts yesterday on the 5D chat, which is posted on my YouTube channel, he was actually, hitting these sounds, the ears ringing. So you're going to have ears ringing. You're going to have downloads, lucid dreams. You might have like little vibrations in your arms and your legs. This is real. Little headaches, tingling on the top of your head. You might get like a little bit stomach aches, physical symptoms because your body is transforming. You're evolving to more light because we've been living in this dense reality. And so as you ascend and you become more awakened and your consciousness is more advanced, it's a higher consciousness, your body is going to transform. You're going to become more youthful. You're going to have less stress that you're going to take on, and you're going to problem solve faster. And one of the symptoms of ascending is these light codes, these lucid dreams. So I had this lucid dream, and I've shared with you if I've had lucid dreams. I've had extraterrestrials telepathically communicate with me. I've had premonition dreams. I've had a lot of those that have passed come to me. I've had angels, reptilians, dark energies, all of that. Well, this was highly advanced. I saw these beings passing back and forth with my eyes closed within my vision, with my eyes closed, which would, it was from here to here. Okay, so it was a cross that were traveling, moving, high technology, machinery. I saw all of this. It was, my brain expanded the moment I saw all of this. So what is this? This is information. Now, is it in the moment I'm receiving it, or is it a memory that's coming back to me? I'm not quite sure. I don't know if you've had any of these lucid dreams. There was visually, it was outlines of light, but it was dimensional. It wasn't flat like 3D. It wasn't like a piece of paper flat. It was like it had life within it. It was almost like a motion picture, but my eyes were closed, and there was light, white light, and there was blue light. So I don't know if you've had any of that. It's a heart-centered community. Okay, so I'm ascending, but have had deep resentment to participating in the system. It makes me sick. Okay, Garrett, you know what? Yes, we have some anger left. We have anger, we have hostility, because we've kind of wasted our energy and our time, and it's injured us, the system of the matrix. Let's try to embrace all of those emotions. Like I say, there's duality within us. Let's try to embrace any negative emotions that we have. And let's try to make it encompass a whole, bring wholeness to us. Because as the truth becomes apparent, we're going to have to accept that and make it part of us. Because it was always there, we just didn't know it. It's like when someone becomes sick. They hear, oh, I have cancer. They didn't get cancer that day. They've had cancer for a while. They just were told they have cancer. So the truth is going to become, is going to come to us. And obviously, we just didn't know it was there. And there's going to be moments of emotion. It's going to be very painful. We're going to have anger. We're going to go through a whole lot of emotions about this truth that we're going to find out. And so some of us are going to be broken for a long time. And that's kind of why I'm here, is because I'm trying to share this information now, because it is going to become out in the open, right? So the Earth Alliance has explained that the solar flash will direct solar flares from the sun, a blinding white light. It's going to be a cosmic flash, right? So it's going to be way more than just a sunrise. It's going to be the sun that's going to come, like literally imagine it, just this flow of light and energy. And it's going to be very powerful. Now, I don't know how it's going to affect us, the solar flash, the grand solar flash. I don't know how it's going to affect. I sense that it's going to be so intense on our bodies that it's going to be like this. Instantaneously, we're going to get our memories back. And so how are we going to function with all of that at once? It's going to be a big jolt. And I'm sure some of us will not survive it because it's going to be so intense. That's why as we prepare and we have more knowledge that we're receiving and understanding about this new reality, we're going to be okay. So we have to have a plan of what we want to do past the solar flash. When everyone becomes awake, and imagine everyone is really, hi, Raymond. Work on a solution, not the problem. Exactly. So we are going to figure everything out now in this moment. Let go of yesterday. Don't worry about tomorrow. In this moment, what would you do? Let's say right now the solar flash happened. What would you do then? well, the whole world would change. So you must prepare for this. Mentally prepare, emotionally prepare. Physically, I think that's going to be taken care of. So just emotionally and mentally prepare, maybe spiritually prepare. And so what will you do? Imagine you can walk out of your home and everyone's just loving you. What are you going to do? It's going to be exciting. This is an exciting time. So this cosmic flash, gamma level rays will activate all beings on the globe, all 8 billion, whoever's left after this, after all this toxic stuff that we've been engaging with in the last 2.5 years, whoever's left, our DNA will advance on a new genetic level. Our blueprints will come online, bringing cosmic awareness. It's very exciting. Anyone who's joining us, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Mary Amy. I'm all about shifting away darkness and guiding you to your truest potential. This event will truly shift humanity. We will all become one, the law of one. It's exciting. Now, I know that we've been dealing with some bad guys, some reptilians, shapeshifters. And are they part of the cabal elite? Are they guiding the cabal elite? Are they the leaders? I'm not quite sure. I've seen these. They've visited me telepathically. Maybe they didn't look exactly like this. This is kind of a caricature of them, but they look very similar. They look like a reptile. They look like a dragon face. They look like a lizard. And they are evil. And so be aware that evil is out there. And so let's bring up angels right now. Angels are beings of light. You can ask for angels to come into your existence. There's an angelic realm. I speak of a tower that I see. It goes up to the heavens, and they ascend and descend on a staircase. There's angel portals. I believe there's an angel portal right here. And I had angels visit me in my near-death experiences. I know that, sometimes, or they've been known to come to you, angels. I say this is one of the archangels. I don't know which one, but it's like a visual of an archangel. I spoke of Archangel Michael standing beside me. And I've had those that I've spoken to out in the community most recently and saying to me, "Oh, really, Mary? How could Archangel Michael be standing next to you? Doesn't he have better things to do?" Huh, better things to do? Well, I don't know, because, others on these chats have spoken about Archangel Michael or Archangel Gabriel or some of the other archangels visiting them. I don't know how they do it. I don't know if there's multiple versions of Archangel Michael. I don't know if they have energy that can kind of be in other places at one time. But I truly believe that Archangel Michael was standing next to me when I needed. And so they are immortal. They are non-gender. They are protectors and guides for humanity. And they're here to help us. So you can ask for archangels to come and be close to you. There's 9 ranks of angels. So let's just cover those: seraphim, cherubim, thrones, dominions, powers, virtues, principality, archangels, and guardian angels. Now, guardian angels, we all have at least 2 guardian angels that are with us from birth. It's very important for us to be reminded of angels, because they've been here fighting evil, as well as the ascended masters and any divine energies have been here battling evil. Now, I believe after the solar flash that we will see, because our consciousness and our advancement will be so extreme that we will see angels, we will see ascended masters, we will see those who have passed. That will all come online after the solar flash, when we all become awakened like this, instantaneously. Yes, draconians, reptilians, and grays. Well, I've met some reptilians and grays that are not bad. So it's like it's like beings. There's some that are good and there's some that are bad. So the event will truly shift humanity's consciousness, awareness to another reality, and peace on Earth. So it will also bring the law of one after the solar flash. The solar flash is going to come from the sun, a powerful burst of energy that will be unleashed onto the earth. And it's going to be the right thing for humanity. You know, there was the flood, and I've had all these dreams as well. Before this monster thing started chasing me, I had these dreams of a flood. And they were all really lovely dreams. Hi, Ian. Thanks for joining us. Everyone, thanks for joining us today. What a wonderful crew we have. Liverpool, UK. Ian, today we were covering the breaking free from the matrix, climbing out. You know, did you climb out? Did you awaken? You know, because the matrix is actually not, I mean, it's here in this physical reality, but it's just a mindset. It's how you think, because your mind has been enslaved. And so we also are right now covering the grand solar flash. And so this grand solar flash, I've had some dreams about it. And I also had some dreams about a flood. So I said, oh my gosh, is there going to be a flood as well, like with Noah's Ark? But I just think that that might be representing a cleansing of the earth in my dreams, because I have premonition dreams. I don't know if you have any, which means it's like forecasting. It's a foreboding, a strong feeling that something is about to happen. And it's especially unpleasant sometimes. And sometimes it's actually just, you know, reminding you to bring your glasses, or, you know, don't forget your water bottle, or something simple like that. But it also might be an anticipation of a negative, you know, event. So I don't believe that there's going to be a flood like in Noah's Ark. I believe that there is going to be a solar flash, and the solar flash will be a grand event, the event. And so it will give you back all your memories, and the information and data will spontaneously download into humanity. We are highly advanced beings of light. So like this, we're all going to have everything. We're all going to get it. So we're all going to wake up at the same time, fully wake up. I mean, us that are here today are awakened, obviously, but we're going to receive all of the information and all the data that we were basically, it was stolen from us, right? We've been, it's almost like our memories were wiped clean, but then they're going to return. So it's going to be exciting. Aren't you excited for it? I'm so excited. I mean, the part that is concerns me, you know, I bring up concerns, and that's really why I'm here, is to kind of bring awareness. My only concern are going to be for those who have not awakened, and it's going to probably scare the bejesus out of them, right? It's going to scare them. So all of us will join together with this white light from the sun, the grand solar flash. Hello, how are you today? Yes, I am doing fabulous. You know, I had a rough beginning of the week, and now I'm really hightailing it. It's Thursday in the Matrix work week, and it's wonderful. It's exciting. You know, I'm sensing that more and more light is coming, more and more are awakened, and so we are gaining our spiritual power. And then after spiritual power, I'm going to speak of our psychic phenomenon, and we're going to get into some exercises. And so spiritual power. Oh, I'm getting a pain in my leg. Wow. So our spiritual power, we have that within us. You know, I say the beautiful glowing light that's in your heart. And you had that since birth. You've always had that. You were incarnated here. I think I'm from the Galactic Federation of Light. You know, Garrett, we spoke of the new term they say for the Galactic Federation of Light, which is the Earth Alliance. and it's an organization. Have you heard of the Earth Alliance? They've renamed it, I want to say, because there was some kind of overthrow, or they were saying that it was a false light, the Galactic Federation, and so they renamed it the Earth Alliance. And it's an organization that shares information about events that are going to happen, or it shares messages from the Arcturians, from the Palladians, from the Andromedans, and gives us some kind of forewarning about what's about to happen, to kind of prepare us. So your spiritual power, that sounds kind of like a corny term. I kind of get a little scared when people say, are you a spiritual coach? I had an interview within the last 2 months, and it was for the International Spiritual News Network. And I don't know if you've ever seen that with Kevin Moore. He has an amazing channel with hundreds of channelers. And he interviewed me because he said they call us channelers, so that I have an interview you can see. And he said to me, are you a spiritual coach? And I said, am I a spiritual coach? And it kind of scared me to hear that term, because it always was this hokey term, I'm going to read people's palms. And, it was kind of like this psychic, I don't know, this psychic misconception, or, gypsy. And so when I heard the term spiritual, I kind of run from it, but it actually is true, because we have this spiritual, to me, means it's about the love in our heart. It means our capacity to have compassion and forgiveness. So I'm gonna accept that term, this spiritual coach, right now, even though I denied it, but I'm gonna accept it, because I believe it's about the power of love. And so spiritual power, do you have spiritual power within you? I've heard that. I didn't know they renamed it. Yes, Garrett, they did rename it. So spiritual power, we're all going to, after the grand solar flash, and as you've broken free from the matrix, you're going to have to really realize that you're going to enter into a place. Anyone who's joining us, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. You're going to come from a place of spiritual acceptance, spiritual love, the power of love, humility, compassion, forgiveness. So there's 5 spiritual powers. There's control. It's about controlling the mind, spiritual powers. Faith, effort, mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. So after we go through this, I'm going to touch on psychic phenomenon. So let's trust ourselves, which inspires energy outwardly, and strength will follow, and it allows awareness to being mindful, steady to grow, concentration, and wisdom emerges. So it's kind of like, a chain of events, right? Trust will inspire energy outward. So if we trust ourselves, it will inspire energy outward, and then you will have strength, and this will allow awareness to be mindful, and then you will grow your concentration, and wisdom emerges. So it's like little steps, right? So how are you going to improve your spiritual power, which to me is your personal power? Your spiritual power to me is your personal power. How are you going to improve that? We're going to dig deep to reveal our spiritual core. We're going to uncover all the love that's in our heart. And we're going to join within ourselves. So we're going to join our mind, our vessel, our body, our heart, and our spirit. And we're going to join everything together. Like when I'm about to do a video, I do this. And I'm trying to have a good intention. I'm bringing all of me together. Now, this is personal. You might have a different way of doing it. as we awaken and as we realize how powerful we are. Now, that sounds like powerful is such a generic term, isn't it? So how am I going to describe it? We're going to say, we're going to realize how much strength we have within us. And is it physical strength? Maybe. But I want to say it's strength of heart and spirit. You have an unbelievable strength within you that is untouched so far. Now, your DNA blueprint is coming online, like I said. As you, every single day that you accept more and more of yourself, you're going to become stronger and more powerful in your heart and your spirit. So your conviction and your passion is really going to be immense. And it's about accepting ourselves. It's about saying, what are your 3 characteristics that make you authentic? Maybe you have the most beautiful brown eyes. Maybe you're an amazing chess player. Maybe you can sing high notes. You have at least 3. You probably have 100. And, as you become more of yourself, more of your personality comes available to you, more of you come all the way up from the depths of your soul, come out. These 3 will probably turn into 50. Now, why do I say come up with 3? Why 3 characteristics? Well, 3 is a fantastic number. Nikola Tesla always said 3, 6, and 9 are the answers to the universe. But I'm going to say 3 because it's an easy number. I'm going to say at least 3. I always have 3 topics, right? 3 is a great number. So 3 characteristics. So when you wake up and you feel really bad, you are in a place of poop. You wake up and you say, I don't want to go on anymore. This world is too much for me. I can't survive it. Maybe you physically feel like crap. Maybe you mentally are just tired and overwhelmed and broken and struggling. Maybe you feel defeated. I felt defeated this week. You're going to land on your three characteristics and you're going to say, oh my gosh, what did she say? What are my 3 characteristics? And you're going to say, I am this, this, and this. And then you're going to say to yourself, I am worthy. I am a worthy being of light. And I'm going to accept myself. I'm going to let myself have free will. I'm sovereign. And I'm going to gather up all of my energy from the depths of my bottom, my root chakra, and I'm going to bring it forward. I'm going to gain my personal power, my spiritual power. So you're going to search for all the answers until they rise up. You're not going to give up on yourself. I'm not giving up on you. You don't give up on yourself. Now, maybe to gain insight, you're going to go, you have to quiet yourself down. We're going to do that exercise in just a minute. We're going to do that exercise because it's really helped me. And if it's helped me, I know it can help you. You're going to get quiet and stillness. You're going to let out a breath. And you're just going to have quiet. Maybe you're going to just focus on your breath. You're going to take away all thoughts and any doubts that you can do this, because you can. And you're just going to have peace. And when you do this, you're going to realize you're going to make more room in your brain, your mental capacity. You're going to allow anything that you need to have come forward. Maybe something that you're supposed to do, a memory, it's all going to come forward because you're going to have peace. There's not a lot of time that we have peace every day, is there? There's not a lot of time for just having quiet. It's almost like it has to be really like on a list. Oh, I'm going to have quiet. I'm going to put on my list. Today I'm going to make quiet for myself. That sounds ridiculous. And then we're also going to be positive. So you're going to do these things. You're going to do this because it's going to bring more of you online. This is going to help you. Okay? Mentally beaten up, but sticks and stones don't break my bones. Yes, sticks and stones don't break my bones either. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on to psychic phenomenon. Woohoo! So have you been engaging with any psychic phenomenon? What does that mean exactly? Well, we all have our senses, our five senses, and then we have a sixth sense, our clear sense, right? What is your clear sense that you are mastering right now? Are you a clairvoyant? Can you read other people's thoughts? Are you telepathic? Are you getting downloads and information about other people? Now, we must be able to distinguish between our thoughts and others' thoughts, right? I mean, that's key, because otherwise we're scrambling them all up, right? We're scrambling them all up like we're making some eggs. We don't want to scramble it all up. We want to be really clear on what's your thought and what is from another source. So another source might be that you receive energy about a person, a circumstance, an entity. You might have a vision. You might see symbols. You might receive information like this, light codes. There's all different things. You might have an angel that visits you. There's many possibilities, right, for receiving impressions. We call them impressions. We call them impressions because it's an impression that you're receiving from another source. So it might come in the form of numbers, maybe a name, maybe you hear a voice, maybe you see a location, maybe you see a situation. And sometimes it's about strangers. It's about someone you've never met. And you say, oh, how is this relevant to me? But I say to you, get a little pad of paper, that you can, maybe not this big, like this composition book I'm about to show you, maybe not this big, or maybe you carry around just a piece of paper. You take out a piece of paper from a composition book and you carry it around and you say, anytime I receive an impression today, I'm going to write it down. I see a symbol. Yes. And you know why? Because all of the information is going to guide you to your destiny. It's like a secret code. It's data. Now, it's not arbitrary. It's not random. Anything that you're receiving, information, impressions, thought transference, symbols, is for you. Hello, it's for you. Why am I saying that? Because you are a certain frequency. You are a certain vibration. And whatever you receive is meant for you. It's like, how can I describe it? When you get a phone call, is it right for you? When someone texts you, is it right for you? When someone emails you, is it right for you? It's the same with impressions. It's right for you. It's not right for me. It's not right for the next guy. It's right for you. Because you are a certain frequency, you're a certain vibration. And so that is for you. So write it down. I mean it. Write it down. Now, as we move forward, and the more and more you become accustomed to everything we're doing, which is your clear senses, practicing your clear senses, the more of these little exercises we do, you're going to realize you're going to get advanced warnings. You're going to get sensations, and you're not going to have to practice so much anymore. Now, I, in the past, have been able to do readings. I've been able to give a reading to a stranger across, if I go out, I'll say to my friend, it's like a bar trick. I'll say, oh, I can read that person. I would meet someone, male or female, and they'd say, oh, what do you do? And I'd say, oh, I'm an intuitive reader. And they'd say, ha, really? I'd read them like that. And they'd say, oh, and they'd say, how'd you do that? They didn't know how I would do it. And I just read their personality. You're going to be able to do something similar. You'll have that ability. So thought impression, thought transference was a term created by F.W.H. Myers in 1882. ESP is a telepathy. It's a communication, impressions of one's mind to another. Telepathic data is an interchange through an emotional bond. So how are you receiving this information? Because thoughts and emotions have a charged impulse. It's like an electrical charge. And that's how you can be read by someone else, because your thoughts and emotions. Now, we spoke about in the past these Zener cards. So a Zener card back in the day, like in the 1960s, I don't know if you ever saw any old movies, they'd say, or old shows, they'd say, okay, you think you're telepathic and you can do ESP, extrasensory perception? Watch. And they'd have these cards that they'd hold up and they'd say, if you have ESP, if you're telepathic and you're psychic, what is on the other side of this card? And so the person would try to guess. They wouldn't guess it right. They'd say, plus sign. Nope, equals. You're not telepathic. Well, why is that? Why didn't a Zener card work? A Zener card did not work because there was nothing related to this. There was no charged impulse. It wasn't related to emotions. It wasn't related to feelings. It was just a symbol. So that didn't work. So that's not a way of telling if someone's psychic. We all have an intuition within us. Hey, Jody, thanks for joining us. Okay, so let's read this. Garrett sees auras and literally the ability, but doesn't run into a lot of people in my everyday life that I can read. Oh, really? So you can read auras? You know, I've heard of that. I've heard of reading auras. So I can't read auras. That's not my thing. So good for you. So that's one of your clairsenses. Garrett can read auras. Jody, hi. Thanks for joining us. Jody is coming from, let me see. Jody's coming from Alberta. Is that you, Jody? Alberta, Canada, right? I never saw your last name before for some reason. I gotta write that down because I like to keep track because you guys are my community. You're my friends. We're all friends here. So I'm gonna write your name down because I like to keep track of everybody. And so Joel Hollywood, NAC and pain relievers and two of the best things humanity has ever made. I'm basically world scientist in you. I did scientific work on Mars. So are you remote, Joe Hollywood? Are you remote viewing on Mars? Elizabeth April, I was watching Elizabeth April, this little video that she did for Gaia, and she spoke about remote viewing, and she said she went into some, I don't know, underground tunnels. I've seen the underground tunnels too. I was remote viewing before I knew what I was doing. I highly recommend NAC once a week and vitamin B complex and yogurt shots for, yes. Well, you know what? I want to share with you because you're just touching on that before we continue to speak of our psychic phenomenon, our clairsenses. Guys out there, you guys, my fellow beings of light, one of the symptoms of ascending is it's about your diet. Now, I was always a chip lover. I love chocolate. My body can't take it anymore, unfortunately. And it takes time to become acclimated to not eating that, and you love the taste of it. I don't have a choice, but whatever you put in your system is really matters. It really matters. Like when I say what you ingest. So yes, supplements. I take supplements. I take vitamin D. I was very deficient in vitamin D. And so much so I was losing my memory. So vitamin D, vitamin C. I take, fish oil. So take supplements, take a multivitamin. It's very, very healthy for you. And water and spending time in nature and sunlight. And that's what I recommend. Take care of yourself. Like eat. I know it's more expensive to eat healthy, but it's better for you. We star seeds remember the truth from the past lives. For others, they need a long process. Yes. Exactly, Joe Hollywood. Thank you, everyone. I hope you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. All right, so our clair senses. Have you been engaging with your clair senses? We're going to do a few activities before we end, so we are going to not have any proof. Maybe if you do a reading on someone, like I said, I do a reading and a stranger, or if you do a reading, maybe you do token object reading and you take someone's object and you read like they do for the detectives, the psychics do, and you're very, very skilled if you can do that. Or maybe you're a medium and you just close your eyes and you channel the information, and you can channel to someone who's passed. There's many, many abilities out there, and I'm not even covering all of them. We spoke about ionic powers, which is mind plus life force, and it involves in changing your body chemistry, like some of the superheroes do. It's a real thing. Ionic powers is a real thing. There's telekinesis. You can also lift objects in the air, right? There's teleportation. There's some really exciting psychic phenomenon out there. And so we want to move past some of these like little events, which is breaking free from the matrix, the grand solar flash, and we want to gain our spiritual power, and we want to accept ourselves, love ourselves, forgive ourselves, have compassion for ourselves. And the more we join with ourselves, the more of our psychic abilities will come online. Now, you might receive information from others that are secrets. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you start to begin to receive information about those out there without them telling you, and it's confidential, I don't believe it's the right thing to share it with others, because that might begin to happen as you receive, your clair senses and you become more telepathic. You might receive information in a dream, a vision, an impression that is confidential to that person. And so you don't repeat it. It's confidential. And so you must, when you receive these senses, don't go haphazardly doing naughty things with them. You must take care of everyone else out there. So it's not your place to share them with others. So if you receive information about someone, it's not your place to go telling other people. Okay? And that's coming from, I've been a coach for many years, and I've received information and it stays in me. I don't share it with others. It's not my place. And that's bad karma if you do that. So that's just like a little forecast for you. Okay, so you might be a clairaudient, which means you're going to receive information and sounds, not by the human ear. It's going to be downloaded into your system. Okay, now there's dogs out there that receive information like this. They have instincts. There's many animals that can hear what we can't hear. So there's sounds that are out there, right? If you're clairaudient, I'm clairaudient. Are you clairaudient? You might receive sounds. Maybe you're going to hear a voice. Maybe it'll be a man's voice, a woman's voice. Maybe you'll hear like different things dropping. That's how it started for me. And you know what? Most of this has to do with you accepting it. I'm going to share with you. That's very key. You're going to let go of any doubt. It's very key. If you accept your clair senses, it will happen faster. Now, it's not going to be overnight. It's going to be a process. The more you engage with it, the more you receive. You'll have a knowing from an outside source. Okay, so we are complex, highly advanced. So let's practice right now some of these clair senses. All right, so what we're going to do is, and this is what's worked for me, and that's why we're going to do this, because in the last week, I've had more of my clair senses come online. We're going to clear our mind of any doubt, okay? So you're going to say, I can do this. I can do this. Maybe you're not going to wave your arm into the air, but you're going to say to yourself, I can do this. Now, it doesn't have to, you don't have to go announce it to the rest of the world, right? Because I say to you, sometimes it's not good to tell everything to other people because they might send you like, yeah, you can't do that. So we don't have to announce it. We can tell each other, I'm sharing with you. So we're going to clear our mind of any doubt that we can have our clear senses. Okay? We're going to be open. We're going to be open to the possibility that we are capable of many clear senses. Okay? Become more aware and gain higher energy. Yes. So we will gain more energy with this. Okay. So we're going to let go of a breath. And we're going to clear our mind of any doubt. We're going to let go of any thoughts. So if you start to go to your thinking mode, like, what is this? What do I see? When it comes to an impression. Okay, so you're going to receive information. You're not going to go into your mind. You're going to go you're going to stay right here within your senses. You're going to stay away from your brain. It's going to be just your senses. So what are you hearing? What are you tasting? What are you smelling? What are you touching? What are you feeling? Okay? And that's what are you knowing? You're going to stay away from thinking. No thinking allowed. No thinking allowed. You're just going to go tune into your clear senses. And we're going to do this together right now. Are you ready? We ready to do this? Stay with us. Get through this because I'm telling you, maybe not in this moment when we do this, it's going to happen for you, but you're going to start to tune in more and more. It's going to work. I promise. It's working for me. I promise it's going to work for you. Okay, so you're going to quiet your mind. You're going to let out a breath. I'm going to walk you through these steps. Okay, we're going to take a moment together. Let out the breath. You're going to release any doubt that you can do this. We're going to stay away from thoughts. Okay, we're going to relax our bodies. And now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to tune into whatever you're hearing in your physical space that you're in this moment. So let's tune in. We're going to do that for a moment and we're going to keep advancing. All right, right now, tune into what you're hearing. Now, when I say tune into what you're hearing, what are you hearing? Every single sound in the room, you're going to acknowledge what you're hearing. Maybe it's the computer, the phone, any kind of heat, any outside, through a window, whatever it is. Now, what I've experienced when I do this, when I'm tuning into all the different senses, it's not necessarily going to be related to hearing. You might start seeing images, mental pictures that come into play, or circumstances. Okay, so be aware. So, okay, you started with that. Now I'm going to share with you what happened to me when I tuned into the room. I saw this road. I thought it was myself, but I think it was a man pulling a wagon and jiggling it along. Now, what does that mean? Now, in that moment, I can go back to that and I can see what does that mean exactly. So if I didn't know what that meant, I'd write it down on a piece of paper. Man, wagon, road. Because this is going to take me somewhere. Do you see what I'm doing? So we're going to start with that. This physical space. Now we're going to go beyond that and you're going to hear beyond this room or this space that you're in. And you're going to see what impressions do you receive. We're going to take away any thoughts. It's not about thoughts. It's just any impressions. So maybe you will hear something. Maybe you will see something when you close your eyes. Maybe you will sense something. It's entirely personal. There's no right or wrong here. There's no wrong. It's all right. Okay? So let's do the next step. So you're going to listen in this space and then beyond this space, as far as your hearing can take you. Okay? Okay, so I received right away, I received sounds. I saw birds clashing together. So I'm going to write that down. They were white birds. They weren't doves, but they were white birds, and they were making bird calls. We'll say bird sounds. Okay. So now I've received two impressions. Do you see where I'm going with this? That's two impressions I've just received. So it might come in the form of a mental picture. Now, when you're just starting out to do this, it's going to come maybe smaller impressions. It might just be a sound. Like for a while, all I was hearing was something dropping. I would hear one voice, but all of it's information for you. For you. Now, if we hadn't been in the matrix and we hadn't had all of our emotions and feelings compressed, we would be much more advanced. We would have been doing this since the time we were born. Can you imagine if you were doing this for 20 years? Of course you'd be telepathic. Of course you'd be able to do telepathy. Of course, because you would have been doing this for 20 years. We're just starting out. So it's like, we don't know. It's like we're unlocking and unblocking our truest potential. Okay, so the next step. So if you've done that, you've received any impressions, write it down. Now the next step is going to be, hi, Deanna, thanks for joining us. Deanna's coming from Michigan. So we have Michigan, Liverpool, UK, we have Utah, we have Alberta, Canada, we have Boulder, Colorado. Wow, we have a grand group here. Thank you for everybody for today. I'm sending you love and light. Okay, so we're going to do one more little exercise here, and then I'm going to do the ball of light because we hit an hour and 30 minutes. And I got to get out to the bench today and lay on the bench for a minute. And so next step. So now that we did our listening, right? We did our clairaudience, which is your hearing beyond the walls of the room. We did that. Anyone who's joining us, please like the video and subscribe to the channel so others can find us. And, we move to a bigger place on YouTube, a bigger place with Mary Amy living in the light. All right, so we listen beyond the walls of the room. We listen to the space. Now I'd like you to pick another sense. You decide. You don't have to follow exactly what I'm doing. These are suggestions. Now I'd like you to now, with all your might, smell or taste or feel. Pick one of those. And then you're going to see if you receive another impression. And then we're going to do a ball of light. Okay? All right. So we're going to be in this space, and you're going to pick one of your senses. You already did listening, hearing. Now pick another sense. Maybe you're feeling, maybe you're doing this, and see what impression you receive. So it's either smelling, tasting, feeling, touch, one of those. Okay? In this room. So let me remind you, you're going to let out a breath. Take away any doubt. Relax your body. Have patience. And pick a sense, okay? Okay, so I immediately saw, this was just in the room. I went to feeling, and I immediately saw myself, and there was like waves, layers and waves of energy, and I was pulling them down and moving them around. And so I sense that that's the fifth dimension. So I've reached the fifth dimension. And right now it's in my third eye, right? It's not in the physical realm, but I believe that as we all come online and we all awaken, we will be receiving these, we will be living in a world that's a whole other, I would say, dimension physically. The physical dimension is going to, is actually going to join with our mindset. So what we, all these energies are going to be visible, is what I'm trying to say. It's going to all be visible. All right, so let's do the ball of light before we go. Anyone who's joining us, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And hey, Elsa, how are you doing? You want to get outside in a minute? Okay, everyone, let's do the ball of light before we go. And I'll be back again tomorrow at 11 o'clock. So I'm rubbing my hands together, and we're going to separate them. And you should feel some kind of vibration on your hands. And it's very strong. It's gotten more and more strong recently. It's like super strong right now. Wow. Okay, so this is great. So what I've been doing is I'm bringing light onto the earth with this ball of light. And it helps with concentration and focus, right? Okay, so you're having concentration and focus right now if you're doing the ball of light. Now, if you can't cup your hands, keep them straight. And if you've taken any medication, it's going to definitely affect your ball of light. I just want to say to you, everyone, that I'm wishing good things for you. And I'm really excited about where we are going, where our destinies are taking us. And let's keep coming together and joining together. Now, if my schedule changes, I'm going to post it. I might be doing lives at night. And that's because of work. So because of work, because I got to pay my bills like everyone else, right? All right. So what am I seeing? Well, I've been doing different kinds of activities where, we all are trying to bring light. Now, we've imagined ourselves either inside the ball of light. We've imagined the ball of light being, for me, 6 by 6 feet. I've had remote viewing. I've engaged with spirits. There was someone who passed away that came to me. So we're going to see what happens today. I don't know what's going to happen with my ball of light. I kind of just do it on the fly. I don't plan it because it's not about thinking. So let's see intuitively what I'm receiving I should do. Let's see. Okay, so I'm sensing I should take the ball of light, and we're going to place the ball of light in a location outside. So I'm going to imagine this ball of light, that I'm outside with this ball of light in my yard, in the yard of the home I'm living in. So I'm going to see if I receive what information, because when I play around, I seem to get, maybe I get all kinds of new experiences. So we're going to play, I'm going to imagine that I'm outside with this ball of light. This ball of light, we're going to make this ball of light. It's not this, oh no, okay. So this ball of light, I'm standing outside with this ball of light, and someone just walked by me. I saw a clown. So a clown walked by me with this ball of light. A clown, someone dressed as a clown. Interesting. Okay, so let's see. I'm outside with this ball of light. Okay, actually, it's not just I'm outside. I'm at a fair with this ball of light. So somehow I have transported myself, maybe it's called teleportation, myself to another location with this ball of light. Okay, so now this ball of light is serving as a time machine, or a teleportation machine, right? So let's see what happens. So I'm at a fair with this ball of light. Okay, so I see a Ferris wheel. There's many people. Let's see if I can get where this is and what year it is even. Let me see if I can talk to anyone if they listen to me. Okay, so what I'm getting is that no one can see me, but I'm here walking around. So I'm walking around with this ball of light. This is crazy, isn't it? Okay, so I'm walking around. I've never done this. So I'm walking around with this ball of light, and I am at a fair. Okay, so I see. Okay, so this is old time. This is the fair. There's a man wearing a cap. So this looks like it could be old time. Maybe it's the early 1920s or something, I want to say, because the way this man's dressed, that he's doing one of these stands. Let me see. There's nothing future about this. This is the past. All right, let's see what else I see as I walk around. Like walking. All right, so I see like I see a hall of mirrors. You know, one of those mirror where you walk in and there's mirrors. I'm going into a exhibit, and there is exhibits with different circus performers. A strongman. Let's see. There's like a wolf person. This is interesting. Okay. What else? So basically, I took myself to a fair. Let's see if I can see. I think this might be, I just asked and I heard it was like the World Fair. So it's not a little fair, it's the World Fair I'm at. Huh. Okay, so that's enough for today. I'm going to put my hands together. All right, everyone, thank you for joining us. I'm going to spin light, and you're in the middle of it, and you're making a wish, and I want good things for you, and I'll be back again tomorrow. I'll be back again tomorrow at 11, and everyone have a wonderful day, and you are worthy. You're a being of light. Remember, you're 3. I'm going to put a thank you to everyone. Thank you all. All right, I'm sending you all love and light, and everyone be well and have a great day. Okay, bye. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Jody. Thank you, everyone. You guys are awesome. Oh, and don't forget what's coming. Halloween. Halloween. You going to wear a costume? I am. Bye. Who's that? Wait, who's that? Maura. Hey, Maura. Where are you coming from? Let me write you down before I go. Where are you coming from, Maura? We caught one person on the tail end. Well, you know what? I hope you come back. Seattle, thanks for joining us. Yay, another one. Another being of light. Today, before I go, I just want to say we did Break Free from the Matrix, the Grand Solar Flash, and Spiritual Power. Okay, bye, everyone.